Introduce yourselves. Age, name, where you're from, and how long you've lived there.
My name is Katrina Zielinski. I go by Katie. I am 31 years old. I live in Dover, PA, and I have lived here for 3 to 4 years.
I'm Jennifer Thomas. I'm 36 years old. I live in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, and I've lived there for about 16 years.
Number 2, tell us about your background and upbringing. How did that help or hurt the person or baker you've become today?
My background. My parents divorced when I was 3. My mom remarried when I was 8. Lived with my mom all my life. She was very supportive. I have ADHD and OCD, and I've overcome that over years, and it's also helped me find passion. And when my son was born in 2005, I found baking, and it's pushed me through ever since.
I grew up in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which was a Pennsylvania Dutch area. My grandmother was a great baker, and I used to spend a lot of time over with her, and I kind of fell in love with it, and it's I've grown into the baker that I am now.
Do you have a team name? And if it's yes, what is it?
Yes, we do. It took us a while to get it. It's K squared because of my first name being Katie and Jen's middle name being Kate.
What is your relationship with your teammate? Describe your relationship, how you met, etc.
Jen and I met over baking and pastry classes at Harrisburg Area Community College. We quickly became friends during classes and worked well together on many tasks. Also competed against each other on a couple of different challenges.
You want to add anything to that?
I didn't realize that she was actually going to be competing against me until it was time that we showed up at the same place and she was there. So it was kind of by coincidence that we started competing.
How do you work as a team? Describe the roles in the kitchen.
We work well together as a team. There's no fight over who does what or who doesn't do what. We figured out pretty quickly who does what task better, and we delegate it that way. She does fondant better than I do, so she does the fondant work and I'll do the frosting work or whatever.
We just kind of go ahead and get it done. We really don't even do much communication. We just know that we have to get it done and that it's completed and on time and in order.
What are your team's best and worst qualities in the kitchen or in business?
I'd say we have pretty decent time management skills between the two of us. There's no rush. We just kind of go along at our own pace, but get things done because we set ourselves a timeline. We need to have this done by this time, this done by this time, and it's usually pretty good when we do that.
Right, because in class we always had certain things that we had to have presented in a certain amount of time without points being deducted, and we were always completed, ready, actually cleaned up prior to a lot of our other classmates because we just had time management and we just worked well together. It was like we just kind of just did it.
Right.
Number 7, what have been some of your team's struggles in life and pursuing your dreams?
Well, we've never worked together outside of class. We both have had our own struggles. Mine have been more so financially just because of being a single mom for many years. I had to wait until my son was old enough to go to school before I went to school myself to follow my dream. It's also helped make me a stronger person, though, the fact that I have struggled. You?
I went to college prior for a couple different degrees, and I never found that it was my niche, and kind of struggled through life because it wasn't what I really wanted to do. And when I decided this is the baking and pastry, I was able to go to school and be able to continue with what I want to do. So came over struggles by doing what I wanted to do in life.
Do you have your own cake business? If yes, tell us about it. How did you get started? How long in the biz? Brief history about it.
I do not have my own cake business. I bake as a hobby for family and friends. Like I said before, I got started because it became a hobby. It was something I really enjoyed doing, and when I got my first KitchenAid mixer as a Christmas gift, it really kind of pushed me further and allowed me to do more things than what I could do before I had the mixer.
I do not have my own cake business. I also do it for a hobby, for friends and family. I've wanted to do it for a long time. I've actually done it for about 7.5 years right now. And I keep challenging myself with new and upcoming ideas. And I just keep adding tools and things like that so I can keep the learning.
Hang on. She actually made me think of something. Like her, I've been doing it maybe not as long as 7 years, maybe more like 6. I started with chocolates, but I also want to open up a bakery when I'm done with school, as long as it's feasible.
How would you describe your personalities? What makes your team tick?
We're generally pretty happy.
Yeah, we just kind of,
Roll with it.
yeah, we roll with the flow. And if anything, if something gets messed up, we just work through it together and try to help each other along.
Yeah, that is
Well.
very true. I had a blunder in class, and she was the one who helped me get through it and correct my mistake.
How would your friends and toughest critics describe you in one word? Would you agree with them?
Me, they'd probably say I'm crazy. And yes, I would slightly agree with them that I'm a little crazy. But in my defense, when I get new baking supplies, I get happy. I get very excited.
Oh, that's the same for me. New baking supplies is a very joyous occasion.
IKEA.
Yes, many different stores. We were just talking back and forth between the different new stores in the area. But one word, happy. And I would tend to agree with them.